been in the truck for, this is like my second week now, I think it is. Went out on the weekend of the 11th, I think it was. Saturday the 11th, I picked up my first load. Then I went down to Florida, dropped off a couple air conditioning units down there. Deadheaded up into Georgia. I'll pick up a load up there. Brought that out to Texas. And from Texas I went up to Minnesota from the yard down there. We got a yard in Houston. It's Channelview, but just outside of Houston there. Then from Minnesota I went to Manassas Park, Virginia. I think that's one. And then with that, there was a stop off in Rushville, Indiana. Nothing too horrible. Like I said before, you guys get your choice on pre-plans. I mean, you can take what you want, you can leave what you want. For the most part, they try to send you anywhere from 3 to 10 pre-plans at a time, if they're available at the time. ATS books loads the same day, so if you're not seeing something come up yet, chances are there's nothing yet. I actually just declined a pre-plan here. Today's the 21st. They wanted me to go from the one pre-plan they wanted to book me on right away was going from Texas up into California, OD load. Being that this is the first job I've ever had with an open deck, I'm not ready for OD yet. That's another headache. I want to get down some more of my securement and stuff, make sure I'm doing everything right. Continue doing legal loads, nothing more than 8.6 wide or so, and nothing over 13.6 high. Just it's one of those things. I did get my first paycheck. Settlements for Specialized are Wednesday afternoons. If you have them load the money directly on your EFS card, not into a bank account, you should have it on Wednesday afternoon when the settlements go through. If not, you should see it in your bank account for direct deposit, like as of the next morning or whenever your bank does that stuff. Mine was there Thursday morning, so yesterday morning. Today is Friday. I meant it when I said, take advantage of the fact that you got time that you're not making your fixed payments. It's 2 weeks, Take advantage of that time. Put that money away in case you need it for something, because that first week they start taking out the fixed payments. That's an extra, roughly $800 a week. So far I've been averaging about 2 loads a week. 2 loads a week. This one's my second load this week, and I'm headed off to Texas, like I said. Be in San Antonio, pulling a loader. Nothing outrageous. I'm under an RGN right now. As long as you pay attention when they go through securement class, you shouldn't have any problems. If you do, call somebody, look in your securement book they give you. The answers are somewhere. They're even in the green pocket edition from the FMCSA there, that one that they call a pocket edition, but it doesn't fit in anybody's pocket, so that takes care of that part. And so far I'm loving it. Just make sure you're watching what times you fuel at. 250 gallons, I believe, in 24 hours. You can't use your fuel card within 2 hours of using it prior. So like if you got fuel at one spot but you didn't get much, you got to go at least 2 hours before you get more fuel again. So yeah, either next week or the week after will be my first set of fixed payments. Try and update you guys then. But I haven't been super picky. I've been just taking whatever the best load is, other than over dimensional. And my first check was, say, if you don't take out the advance that I took out, which is $150 a week. I think it was right around $1,600 before you take out your money for taxes. You're an independent contractor, you got to do that. It's nothing's really hard. Just keep track of your expenses. Make sure you're filling out your load sheets. Make sure you scan them in at the end of your trips. If you forget to scan it in, and it's like Sunday evening and you forget to do it, and then Monday morning rolls around and then you do it, you just went a week without that load going on your paycheck. Not that it makes that much difference to you, maybe, but it's just easier to keep track of things when you do it right away. Get in the habit. Real super simple. Just like I said, keep an eye on your securement stuff. My first load, I had one strap, the tail came out from being secured, and I had in the first 50 miles of having something, because it got loose, which it does, and I didn't have the tip of, hey, put a bungee around your straps so they don't do that. So I just ate the cost of a strap on my first load. Ended up buying 2 from Lowe's. They're not the same, not even close. They don't have the chains. They're the I think they call them like a J-hook. They're the ones that go like down on a rub rail, that kind of thing. Because they were on sale too for $40, and I had to have the extra strap just in case. You'll probably be either throwing a lot of straps or a lot of chain. I have had, let's see, this load is a loader. The last load was a loader and a mini excavator. And the load before that was a backhoe. So, I mean, I've been under an RGN since last week when I left Texas. I don't mind it at all. It's not hard. Remember, watch where you're backing out. Fixed object strikes seems to be the big one around here. The last 2 weeks, we get Qualcomm messages about it, or Omnitrax, if you want to call it what it is now. It's no longer Qualcomm. It's really, great company. They do what they can for you as far as making sure you are making money. Your fleet manager doesn't make as much if you're not making money, so their goal is to make sure you're taking the good loads. They have company drivers. Can almost guarantee you that's where the horrible loads go for the most part. Because most of the owner-operators won't take them. I'm looking to be empty Monday morning, and we'll see what we get. I might have to go back into Houston, go pick something up over there, maybe back from the yard again. Just because I don't know what there is around San Antonio. Never really been in the area much. Never pulled open decks. Freight's different for this than it is for a reefer unit. Places I would never go on a reefer because I wouldn't get loads out. I get empty and reloaded within 2 hours now. So, I used to have trouble going into like Virginia or Pennsylvania getting loads with a reefer unit, or even a dry van for that matter. And yeah, it's super simple. Like I said, I'll probably try and update you guys after my fixed payments come out, just because then I'll know a little bit better about what the actual cost is. Last week I ran 2,600 miles. My variable cost was like $480, something like that, for just your per mile stuff. So yeah, I got the $480 that, you know, roughly if you're somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000 miles, it'll be close. Between $400 and like $500, somewhere in there. Then you'll have $700-800 a week for your fixed costs, give or take. I took a couple of things to buy down the deductions for, like, if I'm in an accident or something, somebody hits the truck or whatever, then it costs me less to get it fixed. Some people say you don't need it. I figured, well, I'd rather have the extra insurance. So that's why I'm right around like $800 a week for fixed costs. And for that variable expense, that doesn't include my fuel. Now, pulling open deck, if you're used to having a box behind you, you ain't getting very good fuel mileage. The best I've gotten so far has been, when I was empty, I got about 9, but that's because there wasn't anything on the back of the RGN and it's close to the ground. But really, I mean, the best I've gotten with a load is right around 6.5. 6.5 is about the highest I've seen with a load, and that's my first 2 loads were on flatbed, and everything else has been in an RGN so far. Like I said, I like it. Some things are a little bit of a challenge to tie down. Mini excavators, you got to get a little creative because your binders are about the length from the securement points on the trailer to the securement point on the mini excavator. So you can't just run straight binder. You got to have chain in there. It's about 1 link of chain on each end. After that, it's pretty much it. I haven't learned another trick for securing those yet. They're fairly light. You probably don't need to do it the way that I did, but it was on the back deck of the RGN, so I wanted to make sure it didn't fall off. So that's why I did it the way I did it. Yeah, stay safe out there. If you're thinking about going, just hit up John Hayes over there at ATS. He's a recruiter. I don't even remember if we get any kind of incentive for sending people over there. I do know, however, that if I send you in as a referral, we don't pay out the money to the ad agencies. So just reference, my name and then tractor number 82573. It's John Hayes will take care of you, or you can go to drive4ats.com, I believe it is. There, give me a second. We'll pull it up here and look. So I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but John Hay at ats-inc.com. You can email him. His phone number 320-258-2817, and unit number is 82573 there. Alexander Roth, that's my name. Then then we have the drive4ats.com. Alright, so that takes care of that. Any questions? I don't know how the YouTube comment section works. If you leave a comment, I'll try to get to it. Can't guarantee anything. But yeah, definitely John will take care of you. He's one of the main recruiters over there. Any questions you got, they don't lie to you. They tell you exactly how things are. Their goal is to make sure drivers stay. It's not to, It's not like these big companies like Swift or Celadon where, yeah, they got you in there telling you all these wonderful things, and then, a week later you figure out, oh, I'm not getting the miles, I'm not getting the pay, I'm not getting the loads. They tell you, the average driver after expenses is bringing about $1,200 to $1,400 in every week, and that doesn't count after taxes. Now remember, they don't look at taxes at ATS, not unless you're a company driver, which I don't know anything about. I know their pad wrap or van division is it's technically a separate company. It's ATS Inc. and Specialized is ATS Specialized Inc. That's open decks heavy haul. That's what I'm doing. I don't know much about the vans. They're from what I understand, they move things like some furniture or something like that. That's why they call them pad wrap. You got the moving blankets, that kind of crap. Now, I know this video is longer than all the other ones I've put up so far. Hopefully you got some good information out of it. Like I said, try updating you when I can. Busy guy, If you ain't making money moving the truck, then you ain't making money. You going home all the time, you ain't making money. I do got to get back to my house, however. My TWIC card just came in the mail this week, so next time I get there, I got to go take a day or two off, go do that, get my restart in while I'm at it, then go right back to giving her, because the wheels ain't turning, you ain't earning, brother or sister. Can't leave anybody out. Equal opportunity. Men and women both drive trucks of the nation. Y'all do a great job. Keep her safe, shine side out, greasy side down.